Welcome to Goldleaf Living, where luxury doesn't end at the runway, it begins above the clouds. For billionaires, private aviation is not just about speed or convenience. It's about redefining time, space, and sovereignty in the sky. When you step inside a billionaire's private jet, you don't see a cabin. You see a flying estate. Forget first class or even Gulfstreams. Think custom-built Boeing 787 Dreamliners and Airbus A340s, transformed from commercial aircraft into airborne penthouses. Let's begin with the aircraft themselves. A standard Gulfstream G700, priced at over $75 million, is considered entry-level for many billionaires. The G700 offers 20 windows, 19 passenger seats, and a private bedroom suite. But that's just the start. Russian oligarchs often fly in converted Ilyushin IL-96 aircraft, modified with conference halls, gold-plated bathrooms, and missile defense systems. Middle Eastern royals might choose Airbus A340-500s with onboard cinemas, hammams, and a rotating prayer room aligned by satellite. These aren't jets, they are palaces. Customization is key. One Southeast Asian billionaire turned his Bombardier Global 7500 into a Zen garden in the sky, complete with live bonsai trees stabilized by anti-turbulence technology and a ceiling lit to mimic natural sunlight cycles. Another had his jet lined with museum-grade art and ultra-humidified air systems to preserve both canvases and skin. And then there's jet interior branding, a rising trend where billionaires align their jets' interiors with their personal aesthetic. From Hermès-stitched seatbelts to Lalique crystal sinks, no surface is left unrefined. Some jets even carry the same scent profile as the owner's home, diffused through climate control systems for continuity. Let's not forget tech. Billionaires demand seamless digital sovereignty. We're talking quantum-encrypted satellite internet, holographic conference tables, biometric door locks, and AI-assisted crew management. One Silicon Valley titan controls all cabin functions: temperature, lighting, entertainment, using a custom iOS app developed in-house by his own engineers. And yes, some jets come with garages, for cars. The Sultan of Brunei once commissioned a jet that could carry his Rolls-Royce Phantom on board, allowing him to disembark and drive off immediately in royal style. That's not a flex, that's command of presence. Privacy is absolute. Many billionaire jets operate under shell companies, fly unregistered routes, and use dual-mode transponders to mask flight paths. Some even fly with decoy jets, flying one aircraft empty while the real one takes a different route. The staff? This isn't a flight crew, this is a flying estate team. A Michelin-starred chef, private security trained in evasive tactics, a live-in masseuse for long hauls, and in some cases, an onboard tailor for emergency wardrobe adjustments before red carpet arrivals. But perhaps the most important feature of all, time ownership. Commercial flights are built around airports. Billionaire flights revolve around people. Some jets depart from private terminals with no security lines, others from private islands or personal runways in South Africa, Sardinia, or the Maldives. When billionaires say, "Let's meet in Paris in 4 hours," they don't check schedules, they create them. Many jets include conference rooms with live translation AIs, retractable whiteboards, and full VR setup for 3D business simulations mid-air. Deals worth billions have been negotiated over caviar at 40,000 feet, before the rest of the world even woke up. Some owners now include family wings, separate cabins designed for children, tutors, and nannies. Others go further: full medical suites with onboard doctors, private sleeping pods for staff, and noise-canceling cabin designs so silent that you can hear the pen scratch across parchment. Let's not ignore the rarest aircraft, one-off creations. The Boeing 747-8 VIP edition, worth $400 million, features spiral staircases, lounges with wet bars, and a master suite with panoramic cloud-level windows. There's only one like it in the world, and it never appears on radar. For the environmentally conscious elite, there's a new era of sustainable private aviation. Hydrogen-fueled jets, Carbon offset algorithms and partnerships with climate-neutral jet fuel providers are now status symbols in their own right. A few billionaires even co-own electric aircraft companies to ensure their personal jets stay ahead of regulations and reputations alike. The billionaire jet rests inside climate-controlled hangars, sometimes with heated flooring to preserve the aircraft's skin and tires. Mechanics, engineers, and luxury cabin staff check every surface before each flight, not just for safety, but for aesthetic perfection. It's not uncommon for jets to host events mid-air, private concerts with live string quartets, silent disco nights at 30,000 feet, or even poker games with gold-plated chips, because why wait to arrive to start living? Even the jet's call sign can carry meaning. Some use birth dates, personal slogans, or encrypted initials. One jet's call sign spells out its owner's company motto in Morse code, visible only to those who know how to read between the clouds. And yes, some billionaires own multiple jets, not for backup, but for purpose. One for business, one for leisure, one for family travel. Each one tailored differently, staffed differently, and even scented differently. These aren't just flying machines, they're airborne reflections of identity, emotion, and control. Some billionaires don't even call it a jet. To them, it's a mobile headquarters, a decision center, a crisis bunker, and a temple of solitude. It's where silence sharpens strategy. It's where jet lag doesn't exist, because their beds are more luxurious than five-star hotels, complete with cashmere-lined bedding and ambient sleep therapy lighting. And what about pets? For billionaires, even animals fly first class. A Silicon Valley couple had their jet customized with a Persian cat suite, climate-controlled, lined with stain-proof velvet, and staffed with a traveling feline nutritionist. Others fly with falcons, greyhounds, and parrots, each with custom travel crates worth more than the average economy ticket. Security is not just guards with guns. Some jets have EMP-shielded interiors, jamming systems to block tracking, and even missile avoidance systems. For certain high-risk figures, the aircraft is pre-cleared for immediate rerouting to secret airfields in case of geopolitical instability. Billionaire children are often raised with jet travel as the norm. Some aircraft include virtual classrooms with onboard tutors and smart desks for mid-air learning. Others offer language immersion zones, rooms where only Mandarin, French, or Arabic may be spoken during certain legs of the journey. And when it's time to land, private jets skip the terminals entirely. They roll up to VIP air bridges where armored vehicles await. Or in some cities, jets descend onto floating airstrips built into luxury islands, accessible only to those with specific maritime clearance. The world of billionaire aviation is not about extravagance alone. It's about sovereignty, silence, and flow. It's about owning your time in the most literal, powerful way. It's about not asking permission to leave, not waiting in line to return, and not compromising one moment in between. This is the level where geography bends, airports blur, and destinations appear not on maps, but in memory. And for a select few, flight becomes a philosophical ritual. They meditate mid-air with custom-built isolation chambers. They hold birthday dinners under artificial auroras projected onto the cabin ceiling. They sip tea from 500-year-old porcelain flown in from Kyoto, brewed at precise barometric pressure levels for optimal flavor at altitude. In this elevated world, every breath is curated. Every moment above the clouds is another reminder. When you're a billionaire, the sky is not the limit. It's home. This is Goldleaf Living, and this is the sky rewritten in silk and speed. Be sure to like and subscribe for more stories from the rarest corners of wealth.